So you got debt and you watched Mistake Monday where you know debt consolidation loans, not your best choice. So what do you do instead? Well, today I got 3 different options that you should look into before going after that debt consolidation loan. Hi, my name is Matt Coach. I created this YouTube channel to share my tips, tricks, and mistakes on the way to building a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio. And this Tips and Tricks Tuesday, I'll bring y'all 3 different options. If you got good credit, or you got good cash flow, like a good job, or you got good collateral that you should look into before you go after that debt consolidation loan. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Happy Tips and Tricks Tuesday, y'all. Here are 3 things that you should try before doing a debt consolidation loan. I'm going to frame this in a way that you guys know what you need and where to go to get these things and what they are. If you didn't watch Mistake Monday, a debt consolidation loan is essentially a loan where they take all of your debt, pay it all off, and make you do one payment for all of it. Now, that sounds like a really good idea in principle, but the issue with these loans is most of the time they shut down everything that you had that debt on. So if you had a bunch of credit cards that you've been building for the last 3, 4, 5 years, you get those shut down and removed from your report, and it lowers your credit score. It's not overall your best option. You're kind of restarting your credit journey from there. So what we want to do is look into these 3 options if you have them available to you to do before you go after debt consolidation. The first one is 0% APR credit cards. So you need to have good credit in order to pull this off, right? But this is a credit card that has a 0% interest rate introductory period for balance transfers and purchases. So what does that mean? It means that you are not paying any interest on the balance on that credit card for a certain period of time. There are cards that go up to 21 months personally that do this. So if you have this as an option, you should definitely look into it. There's a lot of major banks. Citi has, I think, 21 options. US Bank, 21 months. I think US Bank has 18. I think Wells Fargo has 18. There's a few different options for this, but essentially where you want to look into doing is you take your credit card debt, say you have $5,000 of credit card debt, and what you do is you open a credit card that has a 0% introductory period. What you do is you do a balance transfer to that credit card. So now this credit card that had a 25% interest rate or something in that neighborhood now has a 0% interest rate over here on this other card. So that's the goal of this. It may take a couple credit cards in order to do this. If you have too much debt out, you can get rejected for these credit cards, or you could lower your score significantly. So this is a really good thing to understand and know when you get up into that point of 30+% of your credit cards being utilized and you're just trying to figure out how to pay off that debt and it just seems like it keeps circling and circling. Or if you take another big debt out, that you have some kind of other loan that's taking up a lot of cash flow and now you can't pay off your credit cards the same way you could before, you could look into one of these 0% intro APR credit cards and start putting all of your things like groceries on this credit card that were getting paid off maybe monthly, and at least if you're holding your balance on this credit card, you're not accruing interest, right? So maybe you pay off that other loan because you had to get a new car or something along those lines. You can take out one of these 0% APR credit cards and put all of your other expenses onto this credit card and not be paying interest, just to make sure that you get into a spot where you're not killing yourself. Next one is a personal loan. So if you have good cash flow, you can look into a personal loan. So this is just a loan where you qualify that you can make the payments for that loan utilizing your debt to income ratio, which is provided through your pay stubs and tax returns. So you can look into SoFi, Lightstream, Best Egg, PenFed, One Main Financial. Primarily your bank. You should start with your bank or credit union that you bank with, and then look into these other options to get a personal loan. But essentially, it's the same idea as the debt consolidation loan, except you're not closing out your credit cards under this personal loan. So that's the idea, and that's something that you want to qualify and make sure is what's happening with one of these personal loans, but they're just adding it to your report so that you can take that cash and then pay off things like your credit cards or any other high interest debt and make it into one payment. That's the idea behind here, but you got to make sure that you have pay stubs or tax returns in order to qualify for these loans most typically. Like 99% of the time with this, you'll need pay stubs or tax returns. So secured loan. What is a secured loan? A secured loan, you got to have collateral. So you're securing a loan against an asset, right? So that's like a house, a car, or a retirement account. A lot of people don't immediately look into this, but it can be a very good idea if you have something like a 401k that has locked in money inside of it, or a brokerage account. Or possibly you own your house or your car as other options, but a lot of people can't have these retirement accounts that have been stacking up money for 4 or 5 years. What you can usually do is you can take loan to value against one of these assets. So houses, it's usually somewhere in the range of 75%. Cars are much lower. And then retirement accounts are at 50% typically. So if you have $100,000 in your 401k, it could be a very good idea to look into taking out a $50,000 loan to pay off any kind of things like credit card debt or anything along those lines. And you just want to talk to your bank or brokerage to look into these kinds of loans and how you can secure them against one of the assets that you have. If you're sitting in a spot where you have none of these things, then debt consolidation loans may be the route that you have to take to get out of debt like this. But these three options are definitely what you should look into first before putting yourself into that boat. So that was Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Thanks you all for watching. Go ahead, if you have anything else that you're interested in or anything isn't clear about this, go ahead and light up the comment section, and I'll let you know, what you had issues with, any questions you had, stuff like that. All right, see y'all later.